Our next item is the Historic Preservation Month Proclamation, and this will be presented by Councilor Batey and the Milwaukie Historical Society, Greg Keemer.
So I'll just say, I'll just kick it over to Greg to start us off. I think he has another PowerPoint, and I may want to say a few words at the end before you read the proclamation.
I just want everybody to know that Councilor Nicodemus, it is very rare that I get to put in a Michigan, Ohio State version into my slides. So I thought I'd share that with you.
Stagnant.
However you want to label it, right? It's not up to me to how you're going to view the symbol, right? So thank you for letting us do Preservation Month Proclamation for 2021.
So just have to respond.
Every time that Scott does that, I got to do this. Okay. Milwaukie Historical Society, owners and operators of Milwaukie Museum, located at 3737 Southeast Adams Street, open Saturdays 1 to 5, as long as county COVID levels are moderate or below, are proud to present tonight's proclamation for Preservation Month. Slide. During 2019, Milwaukie Historical Society was able to showcase 4 homes during our Island Station NDA home tour. It was a rousing success, not only showing the interest of fellow residents in home preservation, but also the willingness of historic homeowners to showcase their beautiful properties and their pride in displaying their hard work and dedication. We were prepared for 2020 Lake Road Historic NDA home tour, but we all remembered what happened. We are now preparing for the 2020 Lake Road Historic NDA home tour, featuring Hager's Pond and the Strebe House as our main attractions. Slide. We all know that preservation itself needs dedicated individuals whom value the resources they are handed. Milwaukie Museum has countless files and items dedicated to our historic past. We preserve these items not only for our enjoyment, but for future generations that may not understand the significance of struggles we all endured. For example, most of us actually had to push buttons or turn a dial on a phone attached to a cord to call someone and hope they were home, or have to call them back again and again until we finally reached them. Today, children do not even have a concept of how hard making a telephone call was, even though they may ask, why didn't you just text instead? Slide. In fact, we as residents of Milwaukie can contribute to either preserving, modifying, or demolishing Old City Hall. Please visit the city website and answer the survey on Engage Milwaukie. It asks you to rate the importance of these major goals set by the City Hall Blue Ribbon Committee. Historic preservation, which means a project that maintains the historic character, defining features of the exterior of the building facade. Character-defining features include visual aspects and physical features that contribute to the uniqueness of the historic resource. Character-defining features of the exterior of the building could include the overall shape of the building, its materials, craftsmanship, as well as decorative details, among other features. Creates a destination, a project that is an anchor for downtown Milwaukie, a destination that attracts both local residents and regional visitors. Maintains open space, a project that maintains green spaces and or trees on the property. Sustainable practices, a project that uses sustainable and energy efficient design and construction methods. And minority women business enterprise contracting, a project team that will make a good faith effort to utilize minority women businesses, enterprises, in contracting. Slide. Preservation takes many forms, but Oregon Comprehensive Plan requires a historic inventory of all homes over 50 years old. With almost 6,300 homes over the age of 50 years old, it seems overwhelming. Here in Milwaukie, it may seem like a daunting task, but Milwaukie Historical Society is willing to assist. We can offer assistance in photographing, researching, addressing, identifying, and evaluating certain properties. We have experts and people willing to learn to identify what is significant, historic, or just plain unworthy. We are here to help City of Milwaukie cross off many of the duties needed to accomplish our comp plan ideals. Slide. We should also begin to celebrate our mid-century modern houses. Most of us think about Frank Lloyd Wright as mid-century architecture, but in reality, it is simply this. Form is the function, or simply put, the age of the patio. We have many examples of these homes in Milwaukie, from the typical T111 four-sided to the extreme of Frank Lloyd Wright styled inspired homes. Most are in between. The preservation of these homes is important to remembering our past, our attitudes, and after World War II, our commitment to the American dream of a little patch of grass and owning our own piece of property. Slide. Milwaukie Historical Society values our preservation not only in the form of houses, but its own collection of artifacts and stories. Today, if we commit ourselves to preserving the utmost important structures and artifacts of our past, then in the future, we will not have to explain a rotary phone, but just show them one. Now, Mayor, if you could please read the proclamation.
I'd like to just chime in with a few words before he does. I appreciate the offer from the museum to help with the historic properties inventory. I think that's a very generous offer, and I am hopeful that our Design and Landmarks Committee is able to take up that work soon. They have been on somewhat of a hiatus, but I think they're supposed to be wrapping up their work on the downtown design guidelines, and hopefully this has been on their work plan for a while, and hopefully they'll be able to take it up soon. So I appreciate that offer from the museum. That's great, because it is a heavy lift. I do think there's a lot of, it's been 40 years or more since we looked at the historic inventory, so it will probably be a heavy lift. And I appreciate the great photos you shared of, some of the examples of what we have to preserve here in Milwaukie. And I look forward to your 2022 home tour. I was lucky enough to be one of the hosts of the 2019 home tour, and it was great fun. I think the homeowners enjoyed doing it just as much as the people enjoyed viewing the homes. So I look forward to that returning in 2022. And I guess with that, Mr. Mayor, the proclamation, please.
Whereas the preservation of historic places is an effective tool for revitalizing neighborhoods, fostering local pride, and maintaining community character while enhancing livability. And whereas since 1973, the National Trust for Historic Preservation and countless other communities across the United States have marked May as an annual time to reflect on the importance of preserving places that reflect America's history. And whereas modern-day Milwaukie, situated in the historic homeland of the Clackamas people, was established in 1847 and incorporated in 1903, the city boundaries encompass a range of potentially historic buildings, including late pioneer-era structures and exceptional mid-century architecture. And whereas residents of Milwaukie and many volunteers of the Milwaukie Historical Society have helped raise awareness of historical resources and buildings in our community, including by launching the first historic homes tour in 2019. And whereas the preservation of historic places has a positive impact on communities by strengthening neighborhoods, encouraging local economic growth, providing a physical link to the past, and by being environmentally responsible. Now, therefore, I, Mark Gamba, the mayor of the city of Milwaukie, a municipal corporation in the county of Clackamas in the state of Oregon, do hereby proclaim May 2021 as Historic Preservation Month in Milwaukie to increase public understanding of the importance of preserving our history for future generations.
Thank you.